Hey, 4 Mile Martin here. It's Thursday. This is normally my writing day. So I come in early and I stay quite a while, but right now I'm in our church sanctuary. But Thursday for me is all about getting ready for Sunday, for our time together to worship God, to hear from God, see what He has to say. And I love doing that, especially Christmas season. I think just hearts are ready and open, especially this year. It's been kind of crazy. And also, I love the decorations, the teams that have put all this up there. Look at that. That's pretty cool, isn't it? Just looks great in this encouraging environment. But that's not what I'm here to talk to you about. You have been hearing a lot lately about succession process and some guy named David Lyle and his wife Jen. So I just wanted to spend a few minutes to share with you. I'm sorry about that. But I initiated this process in 2018. Not because I wanted to leave, not because I was out of gas, not because I didn't think I had anything else to offer to give, or I have some better offer waiting for me somewhere else, but really for two reasons. First, I knew that a handoff was inevitable, and it would be better for this church if it were deliberately approached, thoughtfully undertaken, prayerfully engaged, rather than just whatever, a quick turnaround and then everybody panics. And so that was one reason. The second reason I initiated that process in 2018, because it was very clear to me in my own personal devotional life that God was directing me to do so. So I informed the elders, and when I first opened up this conversation with them, I told them then that I had no specific timeline, that I was here until the process was right and executed well, and we found the right person being the person that God was calling to lead this church in its next phase of ministry in His name. And the hope and plan was that on that day when that transition took place, when the handoff happened, that everybody as we're here, sure it'd be challenging, sure it'd be hard, sure there would be some emotion and some excitement, but I wanted and they wanted, and I believe this is the case, that when that happens, everybody is going to agree that this is good and this is right and God is in charge. And so that's just good news with all that. And so in that process, this coming Sunday, actually, congregational meeting after our worship service. And so we're going to worship as a community. Everybody's part of that. But for the congregational meeting, our covenant partners will join, and they are going to vote and act on Sessions' recommendation, which came from the search team's recommendation that David Lyle be the next senior pastor here at 4 Mile Church. And just let me speak to that for a moment. David Lyle is an exceptional guy. He's a way better leader than I could ever hope to be. He is as solid as a rock in his theology. He has a deep understanding of the Bible and the Scriptures. And not only that, a surrendered heart before them to live obediently. He has a long resume of faithfulness and character in his work, in his marriage, in his home, and in his calling and his life in Christ. And really, he's like me in a lot of ways. He's like over 6 foot tall. He's serious on the basketball court. His hair is always in perfect order. And I even think he also loves to run. Maybe we're not alike in those ways, but we are alike in some ways that really matter. His life is devoted to knowing and serving Jesus Christ, wherever that might take him, whatever that may cost him. He knows and loves Jesus, as does his wife, Jen. And they love Jesus and his people, the church, with a fervent, devoted love. He has a clear sense of calling. And they love not just the church because of its a community, but they love what it is as God created it. But they also love what He created it to be, and they are committed to helping the church mature more and more into the likeness of Christ, its Lord and its head. Look, I've invested 29 years of my life in this particular community of faith. We have grown a lot. We have matured a lot into the fullness of Christ over the years. We have seen God work over those years in many miraculous and incredible ways to build us up, to use us. We have weathered our fair share of storms from within and from without. I've loved this church with all the grace and strength and devotion that God has provided to me. to lead, to serve, to teach, to challenge, to care for. Believe me when I say that my heart has not wavered one iota from that calling and from my love for the church, and in this church in particular. And so if I thought for one moment that this was not the right thing, that this was not the right time, that it was not handled in the right way, or that David Lau was not the right man, I would be doing all that I could to put the brakes on and put the pause button so that we get it right. But it's right. He's the right guy. It's the right time. And we have this right opportunity to, position ourselves with God's direction for the next season of life as his community in a day and age when the world around us desperately needs the church fully alive, fully engaged, moving forward with the kingdom of heaven and bringing it to bear here on this earth. So things are about to get exciting here at 4 Mile. It's just an opportunity, and again, it has been prayerfully engaged. So this Sunday, after the worship service, you will have a chance to act on the recommendation from the elders to call David Lau as the next senior pastor here at 4 Mile Church. And so in-house, you've heard this before, I just want to reiterate it. If you would like to be present in the church for the congregational meeting, we ask first of all that you are a covenant partner, and then that you would register online to be here. We can handle about, I forget the number, 150 or so, 170 or so, between up here and downstairs in the dining hall. And we also have childcare available for ages 3 and under. So if you want to use the childcare, please contact the church office. Let us know how many children, so we can have that adequately staffed. And then when we gather, the motion will be presented, and there will be written ballots. If you are going to attend the meeting online, there will be an email given to you. You can email your vote yes or no in reference to the recommendation coming from the elders and search team. The elders will tally that count, and it's a yes or a no, and that's just by numbers, and they will share those results with you. Again, they've tried to be fully open, have tried really hard to keep you as informed as possible, and I am convinced that this is right time, right thing, right person, and it's good. So I look forward to seeing you here Sunday for worship and also for the meeting. Thanks.